Good morning from high atop Phnom Penh, not too far from the mighty Mekong River, the lifeblood of millions and millions and millions of people here in Asia. Off in the distance, some of the skyscrapers, and a little closer to us, some of the absolutely gorgeous temples that they have here in Phnom Penh. It's just magnificent to be here and see the country again. I just want to give you a little context to my relationship to the Buddhist religion. I'm not going to get too much into the philosophy and the practice and the teachings because there are people much more qualified to talk about these things than I am. But back in 2003, I, thanks to a friend of mine who is now deceased, went to a Buddhist temple in Utica, New York for their grand opening ceremony, and there was something about it. I can't explain it. I couldn't even put it into words what I felt and what I experienced while I was there. But I knew that there was something about it that I wanted to be a part of my life. And I remember during a break in the ceremony going to introduce myself to the abbot of the temple, Mr. Chamran, and he spoke English pretty well, which was advantageous to me because I didn't speak any Cambodian at the time. Just introduced myself and said I was glad to be there, and just from a few words and a smile, we forged a bond, the two of us, and I eventually became his assistant, and I would drive him around to do any shopping and take care of any of the needs of the temple. And some nights I would sleep at the temple, and just to help out the monks, and if they needed to be driven anywhere, or if there was any type of need, I was there, an English speaker, to help out. And I remember waking up at 4 in the morning and sitting in meditation, and after the meditation, chanting every morning, 4 a.m. And it's something that I still do to this day. I still wake up early for meditation and chanting, and the effect that it has had on my mind and the level of peace that meditation and insight and that type of experience can bring about is just something beyond words, something very different, a type of peace and relaxation that's beyond anything that I've ever experienced with alcohol or any type of artificial means. It's I don't even know. I don't even really know what to say about it or how to describe it. It's not a surreal experience. It's a very natural experience. It's a state of mind and a state of consciousness. Meditation is just seems more natural than any other state of mind or state of consciousness that I've experienced. And it's not a supernatural thing. It's not a mushroom trippy thing at all, because there's no place to trip to, there's no place to go, there's no place to be except for in the presence of your own mind, and in the presence of your own thoughts, and in the presence of the peace that already exists there. It's just something that's buried by the concerns of the world and the suffering that we allow ourselves to experience. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it very well. Perhaps it would be better off for a qualified teacher with experience teaching to explain it, and not necessarily me. So anyways, please enjoy the Wat Phnom video, and please stay tuned for more videos about religion in Cambodia and more videos of the insanity of life here. Thanks for watching. Good morning from Wat Phnom, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Religion in Cambodia is as synonymous as the food or the language they speak. About 85% of the country is Buddhist, and the next two groups are Islam and Christianity. Religion can be found pretty much everywhere and in everybody's homes here in the country. Buddhism originally spread into Southeast Asia from India. And up ahead of us on either side of the stairs, we see the Indian elements of the guardians and the protectors. Particularly, you see the tails of the snakes, the Naga, in India and in Southeast Asia are actually considered to be symbols of divine protection, whereas in the West, we consider snakes to be symbols of negativity and evil. This is a good example of the Indian symbolism. The apsaras, or singing angels, are also symbols of divine protection. In this smokestack are incense offerings to the gods, the Buddhas, and also for the peace and prosperity of the world. As the incense spreads, so does the peace. In here we can see the later Chinese influence on the culture and religion. I didn't want to bring the camera inside because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to or not, but straight in front of you, on the slightly to the right, those white porcelain statues of Kuan Yin and the Jade Emperor are something not usually found in Theravada Buddhism, but because of the Chinese influence and the Chinese population in this area, you see it every once in a while. Now we're going to head up to the main temple building. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Did you bring that Darth Vader with you?
No, why?
This is the main temple building of Wat Phnom. As you can see on the very top in that triangle, the three elephants and the Khmer king riding the elephants, symbols of strength of the culture. The three elephants is also the national symbol of Laos, but it's commonly seen in Southeast Asia. We're going to walk up here between these guardian lions, and if I can take some video inside, I will. What we just saw inside the temple, and I didn't want to say anything while I was in there for fear of being disrespectful, but what we saw inside the temple was classic Theravada artwork and architecture, like the and that's the building that's right in front of you right there with the pointy spires on top. And at most temples, they have stupas, some larger, some small, that often contain the ashes of monks that have passed away. I'm not sure if this one does or if it's just more symbolic, but it is a big and imposing structure nonetheless. A common feature of temples, whether here in Cambodia, Thailand, or even in the US, are these trees. These are Bodhi trees, and it is believed the historical Buddha sat under a Bodhi tree, and that is where he found enlightenment, where he discovered the reason for suffering and the path out of suffering. And not only do they have Bodhi trees here, but they have all sorts of beautiful green, lush trees and vegetation all around the temple. And this is another Bodhi tree with its twisting and gnarled branches. It's beautiful. In a future video, I've been very lucky to have an opportunity when we get to my wife's hometown to go on an alms walk with the monks and to spend time with the monks as they eat, so I could give you a little bit of a glimpse of what that's like. Thanks for watching.